Euprata Clositer, Pennsylvania. One of America's earliest religious communities, the Euprata Clositer was founded in 1732. It was founded by German settlers seeking spiritual goals rather than earthly rewards. Gathered in unique European-style buildings, the community consisted of abstinent brothers and sisters and a merry congregation of families. The cloister, formerly referred to as the Camp of the Solitary, was one of the first religious communes in the United States. The community was inhabited by mostly German immigrants. The community was made up of Protestant brothers and sisters that were all abstinent. The people living in this community were rejected materialism and instead went out for spiritual goals. This community had 300 members in 1750, and they all had a strict interpretation of the Bible. They spent much of their time praying by themselves and had their worship service on Saturdays. They lived day by day as strict as possible. They only had one meal a day, and members were required to sleep on wooden benches 15 inches wide, and they slept on wooden blocks instead of pillows. They all slept about 6 hours a night, from 9 p.m. to midnight, and from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. Each of these sleep times has a break so that they can watch for the coming of Christ. They lived in buildings with amazing German architecture, each building having small doors. The reason the doors were small is to remind them that the doors of heaven are small. Being dissatisfied with the intellectualism of most churches of the day, they decided to worship God using other means. They applied their religion by helping others become more spiritual and abstinent. The Euprata Cloister was known for hymns and printing press, but they became busy with day-by-day chores. The main work was industrial and farming. The brothers and sisters lived with a married order of householders, who would support and be engaged in daily activities of work, such as gardening, carpeting, farming, and making clothes. This community lived as simple as possible, just as thorough. They had a very positive outlook on life and deeply respected their environment. The founder of the Euprata Cloister, Pennsylvania, was Conrad Basel. Conrad was born in Eppernbach am Neckar, Germany, in March 1691. Conrad Basel, an immigrant from Germany, founded this settlement after fleeing from Germany to escape religious persecution. Throughout his life, he encountered Pietism, a movement to reform the established, state-supported Protestant churches. Pietism stressed experimental faith and ethnical improvement, two qualities Basel would later employ at Euprata. The church found Basel in conflict with the law, and following a personal religious awakening about 1715, he was banished from his homeland, Germany. He remained in Germany until 1720, when he immigrated to Pennsylvania, where William Penn's policies offered freedom of conscience. Conrad's radical ideas of Saturday worship and the promotion of abstinence soon caused a split within the congregation that he joined in 1724, and in 1728 Basel withdrew his membership in the church. His charismatic personality continued to attract followers until 1732, when he left the Conestoga and sought the recluse's life along the banks of the Cocalico Creek in northern Lancaster County. But people wanted to join his ideas, so he started the Euprata Cloister. During the period of the Euprata Cloister, much of the activity surrounded the charismatic founder and leader, which was Conrad Basel. His theology, a hybrid of Pietism and mysticism, encouraged celibacy, Sabbath worship, Anabaptism, and the simple life, yet provided room for families, limited industry, and creative expression. With the death of Basel in 1768, the society quickly declined. The successor of Basil was a guy named Peter Miller. Peter recognized that the way of life was not popular anymore, and so over time the community slowly fell apart.